Why is it that the more we know about nutrition, the fatter we become? We are the most health-conscious generation in human history. We have world-class experts in our pockets, calorie counts on every menu, and fitness trackers on every wrist. Yet, as our knowledge of health peaks, our actual health is plummeting. This isn't a failure of willpower. Right now, you are the subject of a global, multi-billion-dollar experiment. By 2030, this machine will be worth $1 trillion, fueled by a business model where chronic disease isn't a side effect. It's the inevitable, calculated outcome. How do the CEOs of these mega corporations sleep at night, knowing their product is quite literally poisoning the millions who consume it? Are we really that easy to manipulate? Or is there something much more sinister happening behind the boardroom doors?
This particular meal has somewhere around 3,600 calories. Look at this. While 1 in 8 Americans rely on food stamps, the stocks of Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and McDonald's are at all-time highs.
There are 15 different names for sugar, and we never know how high its content actually is.
There is no way for any American to know if a product is safe if it is ultra-processed.
Over the last few decades, the very rhythm of human existence has shifted. We have transitioned into an always-on culture, where the boundaries between work and life have dissolved. Our downtime has been heavily reduced by a 24/7 digital cycle, leaving us with a population that is chronically time-poor and mentally exhausted. And the fast food industry was waiting. They didn't just build restaurants. They built a trap designed for the exhausted. As we spend an average of 7 hours a day tethered to our screens, the ancient ritual of cooking has become an inconvenience we can no longer afford. We've reached a breaking point where most of the population is too drained to even bother with a kitchen. This is where the convenience's illusion becomes dangerous. With a single swipe on a mobile app, the industry has made it easier to summon ultra-processed garbage to your doorstep than it is to boil an egg. They have weaponized our laziness, turning the smartphone into a direct pipeline for profit. But look at the cost of this efficiency. Just 2 generations ago, in the 1950s, food was a slow, seasonal, and home-cooked necessity. Today, we are consuming food-like substances, industrial formulations stripped of fiber and loaded with stabilizers. We are trading our long-term metabolic health for 30 minutes of saved time. They are betting on the fact that you'd rather be convenient than healthy. It isn't just in the West where this is happening either. The industry knows that as emerging markets grow wealthier, they also grow busier and more addicted to the screen. Take Vietnam. When you think of Vietnam, you think of fresh, local produce, a diet defined by balance and tradition. But a silent takeover is underway that is morphing the country into a mirror image of the obese Western nations. For the last 15 years, the fast food industry has sunk its claws into the heart of Southeast Asia, aggressively capturing market share in territories that were once thought to be untouchable. Vietnam is currently the front line of a nutrition transition. It's a clinical term for a devastating reality: the replacement of traditional nutrient-dense diets with high-calorie, sodium-heavy, fake food. This isn't just happening in Hanoi or Southeast Asia. The fast food epidemic is spreading through the rising incomes and rapid urbanization of India and sub-Saharan Africa. The narrative that fast food is a Western problem is a lie the industry wants you to believe. They are expanding globally, targeting emerging markets where health regulations are weak and the appetite for modern convenience is high. Why are we handing over our health and our children's future to these companies that only care about profit? There is a persistent, dangerous myth that has kept the fast food machine running for decades. The false idea that it's cheaper to eat garbage than real food. Think about it. For a family that's time-stretched, tech-addicted, and drowning in the stress of an always-on world, a $20 bag of burgers feels like a financial win. But this price point isn't a miracle of efficiency, it's a weapon of war. These giants produce their food-like substances in unfathomable quantities, using the cheapest, most high-calorie industrial fillers known to man: corn, soy, and refined sugar. But the real heist happens at the supply chain level. These corporations are so massive, they have essentially become the gatekeepers of agriculture. McDonald's is the world's largest buyer of beef, pork, and potatoes. Because they buy in such staggering volumes, they can dictate the price to suppliers, securing costs that a local, health-focused business couldn't dream of. These conglomerates have a stranglehold on the global food supply, systematically pricing out the little guy who wants to offer a healthy alternative. They've rigged the market so that the better a food is for you, the harder it is to afford. And they don't stop at the price tag. They trap you through sheer, all-pervasive presence. By securing every strategic corner, every highway exit, and every school-run route, they ensure that escape is impossible. You think it's a coincidence that you see those golden arches or that red roof logo every time you feel a hint of hunger? These marketing machines don't just open stores, they colonize territory. By flooding highly urbanized areas with multiple locations in close proximity, they ensure that they capture every ounce of foot traffic in a downtown core. They hunt for the strategic high ground, highway exits, busy intersections, and the entrances to shopping malls. Even the colors they use are a psychological ambush. Have you ever noticed the relentless use of red and yellow? These aren't just brand colors. They are the most visible wavelengths in daylight. They are designed to be spotted from a distance, triggering a subconscious hunger response before you've even realized you're hungry. And for those too exhausted to even step out of their vehicles, they've perfected the drive-through. It is the ultimate monument to our convenience addiction, a frictionless pipeline that allows you to funnel artery-clogging calories into your body without ever turning off your engine. But the most cutthroat tactic is one you'll never see on a balance sheet. These giants are so wealthy, they will intentionally keep zombie locations open, stores that actually lose money, just to occupy a strategic corner. They would rather bleed cash than allow a healthy competitor to take that space. Yet, this all-pervasive presence wasn't built on real estate alone. Behind the scenes, the industry employs a shadow army of lobbyists to ensure the laws remain in their favor. If you want to understand how the fast food industry survives in an age of science, you have to look at the history of big tobacco. They are using the exact same playbook: deny, dilute, and delay. For decades, tobacco giants ran a masterclass in disinformation to conceal the link between smoking and death. Today, the fast food industry is running that same script to hide the scientific evidence connecting ultra-processed food to global metabolic collapse. The similarities aren't just in the marketing, they're in the chemistry. Just as tobacco companies added ammonia to cigarettes to speed up nicotine absorption, food scientists use bliss point engineering. This is the precise laboratory-calibrated ratio of sugar, salt, and fat designed to override your survival instincts and trigger a dopamine hit identical to addictive drugs. But the most devious tactic is the health halo. When tobacco introduced light and mild cigarettes, it was a lethal lie designed to give the illusion of safety. Fast food has perfected this deception. They plaster their packaging with terms like natural, low-fat, or organic, marketing smoke and mirrors that hide the reality of a highly processed product. In a classic bait and switch, they'll remove fat only to replace it with massive doses of sugar to maintain palatability. They are selling us the cure to a problem they created. And despite these endless parallels to a discredited industry, the fast food machine isn't just surviving, it is thriving. It's easy to watch this and feel a sense of outrage. But tonight, or perhaps tomorrow after a long shift, when your willpower is depleted and your phone is in your hand, you'll likely do it again. You'll pull into the drive-thru or tap order on that app. We are subsidizing a metabolic crisis and keeping an industry on life support that, in a rational world, would have been regulated into extinction years ago. The machine is built on your surrender. It bets on your silence, and it won't stop until we decide our survival is worth more than 30 minutes of saved time. But that's just the reality from the boardroom. What do you think? Are we already too addicted to stop? Let us know in the comments. Subscribe to CEO Philosophy to stay in the loop. I'll see you in the next one.